yeah, what up?
How did that? Ain't never seen.
Your was in the house was not mixed in.
That grill come from Pac. R.I.P. Pac.
Eday, aka Koopa the King.
First off, rest in piss, that's to the dead. Niggas be shooting anywhere we walk up, we shoot heads.
Eday, born Cday Ely on November 8, 1988, was a BD or Black Disciple. He originally grew up on the South Side in the Randolph Towers or Calumet Building, then moved to O Block and afterward moved to 60th and King Drive or
600, man.
where he officially put down roots. He received the nickname Eday at a young age from one of his cousins that he grew up with in the projects. Eday says he actually grew up watching his family sell drugs for a living, such as crack and heroin, and seeing fiends shoot up right in front of him. He would run the streets with his crew and soon found himself face to face with gun violence. He says he and other crew members began to get shot at by rival gangs, which eventually forced them to pick up guns for protection. Some of his crew included members such as L.A. Capone, Stello, D. Rose, Baldy, Edai, 600 Breezy, Lil Steve, Rondo Number 9, Lil Boo, D-Thing, Mimo, his little brother Cday, plus more. 600 Ops mainly consist of STL EBT, Gyro City, MOB, and 051 Young Money, and their allies consist of O Block, Front Street, THF 46, Lamron, and Nico Gang. They had even clicked with a set of GDs called Brick City back in the mid-2000s. Though the set 600 was founded by Lil Boo and D-Thing, it was Eday who actually started Team 600 ENT, which is their record label. He began releasing drill music videos as early as 2011 and is considered one of the first pioneers of drill rap. 600 would work with FBG Duck and STL, and later they began making diss tracks towards one another. In 2012, FBG Duck and Lil J came out with the diss track, Who the Fuck Is Dude?
Ain't even gon' brag. I heard some big ass goofy was tweeting about me getting stabbed.
Then Duck and Billionaire Black came out with the diss track called Eday, Is You Serious?
Show no sympathy for Eday. I will chop his fucking body up and throw it on the E-way.
Eday will respond with tracks such as The Other Side.
Well, it's faster than a tempo. Niggas better keep that cool, else be ducking like the Lambo.
And War.
Lil' duck can't duck this clip. You can catch a hollow from me, cause I got love.
Cday, aka 22 Shots. Cday, who was younger brother to Eday, was considered a menace in the hood. Some even went as far as to label him a psychopath. He would mob through the streets and terrorize his victims, such as Tutu, which is one op he insinuated violating in the song Man Down by Booker, featuring he and Rondo.
Now they miss you, just like Tutu. Oh boo-hoo.
It was also rumored that 051 Fathead was another op caught in Cday's sights. It is said that Cday left his phone in the vehicle used when 600 members allegedly slid on him, and therefore he was arrested. But that wasn't enough to charge him with murder, and he subsequently was released at a later date. One 051 member posted, "They freed Cday, now it's time to lock his ass in that casket." But the very next year, Fat's older brother posted, LA was cause 600 was claiming the body they ain't had shit to do with. R.I.P. Fats. Following the death of both Tutu and Fathead, Cday took to Twitter and began making posts about each one of them. Now, Cday and Eday were absolutely close. That is until February 22nd, 2014. The events of this night, which can be found on illinoiscourts.gov, will cause Cday to have 38 years of his life snatched away. Eday will have to fight blood, sweat, and tears to keep his little brother from having to grow old in prison. But unfortunately, he could not do so due to eyewitness testimonies, the police finding a partial fingerprint on the scene, and a couple of surveillance footages. On February 21st, 2014, Cday attended a party at Wentworth Garden Projects with Rondo, Lil Boo, Tay, and a few females, one being Mimo's sister. After a while, they left with a girl named Takia in her van, which, don't quote me on this, but I think she is Mimo's sister. One of the other females, named Caprice, started arguing with a group of girls called Pretty in Pink because she wasn't feeling one of the songs being played at the party. At this time, somebody let off a few rounds in the air to relieve the tension because they were getting so loud. After the shooting, Lil Boo drove he, Tay, Caprice, and another girl named Jasmine away from the scene in Caprice's car. Tay called Cday on speaker, according to Jasmine, and told him about the shooting. So they met up at Wendy's. D Rose also met up with them, and Cday and Rondo hopped in the car with him. All three vehicles headed back to the party to find out who had been the other shooter and pretty much what the deal was. On another note, a female named LaToya Adams, who was visiting her mom in Wentworth Projects on 38th Street and Princeton Avenue, which was where the party was held, called a livery driver to pick her up, but unfortunately for Javon Boyd, who was her driver, his Buick didn't contain any indication that it was a for hire driver service, which basically meant that without the glowing neon signs like Uber and Lyft drivers have in their front or rear windshield, he appeared to be just another guy from the neighborhood. His Buick was spotted by the group, and all three cars made a U-turn and parked nearby. Allegedly, D Rose, 9, and 22 approached Javon's passenger side door. One of them ended up firing, and Javon was left for dead. Cday supposedly asked Caprice to take him back to, once again, retrieve his phone he mistakenly dropped. By this time, the police had already cordoned off the scene. According to the court docket, Caprice, Takia, and Jasmine all gave their rendition of what happened that night. And the event was also caught on surveillance by Chicago Housing Authority's cameras. Rondo ended up receiving 39 years. Cday ended up receiving 38 years. Cday was just 19 at the time of his sentencing, which meant Eday may not see his little brother free again until 2052. This was a tragic blow for Eday. His day one rider and only sibling on his mom's side will be gone for a very long time. Eday will also receive another painful disappointment after paperwork began to surface regarding the supposed statement written by Tay, another member of 600. Although there was fake paperwork floating around the internet, Eday stated that he was shown the actual authentic paperwork with Tay's signature by a lawyer. Eday said the accusations were against Rondo and not Cday, but he still felt a great betrayal to the set. Chief Keef. Eday will often vibe with people outside of the set. One person who he ended up introducing to 600 was Chief Keef, who claims 300. They can be heard on songs such as Hustle Hard by Edai.
Pill on my back, man. These know when I come around, it's going down like.
And more recently, the song Gucci.
My buckle is security, it's a low way. Shawty say she wanna.
One thing that these two have in common is that fans speculate that they haven't actually, quote unquote, put in any work in the streets. I guess it's because they don't have any bodies directly pinned to them. Yet, Keith took to Twitter and stated, "A part of me misses them shootouts we used to have on O Block like I'm up. Damn, man, O Block for life." Then he came back 2 minutes later and posted, "Them shootouts we had on 600 too. Eday, blow the van down." Eday also released a song called Remember, where he reminisces of events that took place between he and Sosa, or Chief Keef, and him and Baldy.
Call a Baldy up, told him bring me out the blick, and he cocked that back, and he hand me off the grip. Then I up that and I let that rip, and them said my name to the
Eday reputedly at some time began driving trucks, which made him a target for those looking to dismiss any street cred he may have had, or anyone looking to just be disrespectful. Rumors even began to spread that due to his alliance with O-Block, he may have indeed been driving for Dirk's trucking company. But again, as far as I know, this is just a rumor. Regardless of any adversity he was met with, he still speak his piece and was known to do so while going live. He even went live stating that all shooters in Chicago will eventually die. Everyone, that is, except him.
You know what I'm saying? When you overdo your part and you feel like somebody you not out here, they gonna take you out this shit. In Chicago, the one place where all killers die. You feel me? And that's real shit, bro. No cap. But cool. I ain't gonna never die though. You hear me? I'm gonna die one day, I ain't gonna lie. But not by the odds though. I'm gonna die of natural causes. You hear me? I'm gonna die from natural causes, man. I'm gonna die because I grew too old or some shit. I ain't gonna die from the ops. I can't let the bitches ops kill me.
But sadly, on August 1st, 2021, his statement will hold a sinister and sorrowful irony. According to hearsay, Eday may have been meeting with a female on this particular night. He was in the area of 72nd and Bennett, which was only blocks away from Paxtown, a GD neighborhood over on 71st and Paxton. By no means am I insinuating their involvement, I'm simply giving an idea of the area. It is said that Eday was standing outside around 12:20 a.m. when a flurry of bullets cascaded through. The police were dispatched to that area, but initially could not find his location. That's when they began to follow the voice of a lady screaming, "He's right here," which was in the alleyway behind 7220 South Bennett. As officers approached, they found Eday lying face down with 2 gunshot wounds to his back and in critical condition. As they scrambled to find his identity, the ambulance arrived. Soon after, Eday's information spiraled across the airways.
They can't find the birthday right now, but first things first is male 1. We got 2 GSLs at this time. Last name, Cday. Charlie Ocean, Robert David, Adam Ida. Again, Charlie Ocean, Robert David, Adam Ida. First name, Ely. Edward Adam Lincoln Young. Actually, swap that around. It's Cday Ely. So last name Ely. First name Cday.
Okay, and that both gunshot wounds to the back.
At this time, 10-4.
By this time, the police had located at least 19 shell casings surrounding his body. As they turned him over to place him on the stretcher, they found 3 more gunshot wounds to his chest and stomach. At this moment, they began to race against time. He was rushed to University of Chicago Hospital, but his wounds proved to be fatal. Eday was right then and there pronounced dead at the hospital. As the news of his passing breezed through the city of Chicago and across the country, drillers began posting their admirations, condolences, and disappointments about the tragedy. Many were in disbelief that someone would actually kill Eday. Others took the opportunity to, well, you know.
Now I see Eday coming through this smoke though. Look here, okay? You gonna smoke that like that's a Eday. You ain't finna just smoke that like that's just any type of bro.
Will Chiraq ever stop dissing the dead? Who knows? You live by the sword, you die by the sword. One of the unspoken codes of the street. As another legend falls, Chicago takes another hit. When will it end? This has been the legend of Eday, aka Koopa the King. R.I.P. to all those mentioned who lost their lives.